He's led the National Institutes of Health during the most pivotal years, and now Dr. Zerhouni is sounding the alarm, and it's all in his new book titled Disease Knows No Politics. And Dr. Zerhouni, Elias Zerhouni, is joining us now live on the show. Dr. Zerhouni, so glad you are with us today.
Thank you for having me, Jesse.
Yeah, you've held roles in academia, government, global industry. What finally led you to write this book now?
I'll tell you what, I've been involved in healthcare and medical research for 50 years, from 1975 to today. And in 1975, when I came to Johns Hopkins University, I thought the healthcare system here was the best in the world. Today, I cannot say that. It's one of the most expensive systems, and it's not performing according to standards. And so I'm recounting my journey from best to not so good, and why it changed over time through my own lens, through the lens of my own experience in academia and then government as director of the NIH and then industry as well. So that's the story of why I wanted to write this memoir, to tell people disease will hit you no matter what party you're in. It doesn't discriminate against you because you're a Democrat or a Republican. And I want to send that message and show how, in fact, politics can deviate from best outcomes for the American people.
Yeah, you mentioned the ups and downs. You've been leading for a long time here during the times of war, stem cell controversy, funding shifts. How do you lead science when the political winds are blowing in every direction?
Right now it's a challenge because there's almost like a distrust of science that has gone up in the public, and then the government is using science as a weapon to make universities heal. And so, for example, terminating cancer research grants, which makes no sense because cancer is still here and it will still hurt a lot of American citizens. So stopping that is not a good thing right now. But I see hopeful signs because, you know, this Make America Healthy Again is a good movement because it addresses things that I personally felt needed to be addressed: nutrition, the food supply, chronic diseases, obesity, diabetes. That's good. But then on the other hand, there are other things that get injected, which are politically motivated and ideologically motivated. And that's why I think we should go back to a more balanced a system where, we should look at evidence and what it is that evidence tells us to do, and not use science as a cudgel.
Gotcha. You said in your book that truth can't thrive where it's politicized. What does that mean in the practical sense for doctors, for researchers, and even the media itself?
In terms of, I didn't hear your question. Repeat that.
Yeah, you said that in your book, the truth can't thrive where it's politicized. What does that mean from a practical sense for doctors, for researchers?
That's right, because you've seen through history, not just in America, but around the world, whenever a government directs research, basic research, it really picks and chooses topics and influences and biases the science that really is seeking the truth. That happened in Russia. For many, many years, Russia believed that evolution was not a scientific concept that should be supported. And so for 50 years, they didn't follow molecular biology. America took the lead. I mean, we were, no question, number one in biomedical research in the world today, but our situation is not as assured as it was 25 years ago. We're at risk of losing that leadership.
Yeah. If you were back right now running the NIH during the post-COVID political fractured years, a moment in history, what would your top priority be?
I think the priorities of the current administration are not bad in terms of chronic diseases, prevention, and nutrition. That should be really enhanced. The other thing is artificial intelligence. It's going to make a huge difference in healthcare. Yeah. And I think we need to really invest behind it, not leave it just to big companies, and really have NIH be a leader in the applications of AI in healthcare.
All right. Dr. Zerhouni, so thankful that you joined us this morning, and thank you so much for your insight.